Wheel.
So we were heading in towards the voice.
Yeah. So as you have a different setup. So yours is a long hallway, and you hear voices down at the end. And as you're making your way, you find yourself with a grate, like a wrought iron, like kind of like a gate type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sectioning
great.
off- yes, sectioning off different parts of this area.
Okay.
And as you start walking up, now Mo hasn't been saying anything. He's kind of scared.
Sure.
And he's not a pushover, but this is a different situation than he's ever been in.
Mm-hmm.
In the future, he doesn't have to say that. And it may be less scary, but right now it's new.
In the
And
future, if he
how are you doing
survives.
at the moment? This is, I mean, you're trying to pull off a tough act, right?
Right.
But what are
Right.
you really feeling as your character?
Well, so I'm kind of nervous about the situation. I'm actually nervous about most situations, but I don't show that to people.
You're trying to be the tough one.
Right,
Okay.
right.
And which kind of gives you confidence in and of itself.
Right.
Feigning courage.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay, so you make it to this grate, and you're trying to you open it a little bit. You see it's got a lock. Mo's excellent with lockpicks. I mean, you know that because he's done jobs. So you just kind of, signal him. So he comes up and looks at it, but just up ahead you kind of see like a torch light, kind of like your own, but yours is so almost worn out at this point. It's barely giving off any light. So he just kind of just like whatever you.
So you're saying he's picked locks before, so he's willing to do it one more time.
I was waiting for that. Ding! You get this look in your eye. The puns start coming forth. So he starts looking at it, and just as he starts to like fiddle with it a little bit, you see someone like moving around up there, and you're like, oh, more people, because you don't know what's going on over there.
Sure.
With any of these people.
Sure.
You're just like, let's find the money. So you think it's someone else is over there.
Uh-huh.
When you see someone walking, walk by, and you're just like, oh, someone else is already in this section.
Uh-huh.
And what do you say to Mo? Like, what's your? Are you like, hey, let's call out to them? What do you want to do?
Well, okay, so here's my thinking. Either, we're in a basement, and our torch is just about spent, so it's either group up with somebody else or leave. That's kind of our options, right?
Sure.
So,
If you can leave.
right. So, yeah. I probably would call out to see how they'd react, and if they're gonna come near, then cool. If not, get out of here.
So I want you to roll perception, disadvantage because
Okay.
it's dark. Yeah, 4. Unless you roll a 1. Man, I wish it was that one. All right, you can't see any discernible shape of the person. You can just see a figure. So you're just like, it's a person walking by. They look to be like dragging something behind them, like maybe like a blanket or something. At this distance you can't tell anything.
Okay.
But as soon as you shout something, it hurries up and then you can't see it anymore.
I missed it. What is it?
Somewhat like he came to a grate and he tried to they're trying to open it, and then their light's going out and they see something and he called out to it.
Oh.
To like, hey, help
You're
us.
not
we're gonna
But
do
it,
it.
it hurried off in the direction it was going in.
Ashley,
So
but
it's
you're
right,
not
it was left to
there.
right.
Oh, I know.
It's like it comes to a T, like where you're at.
But Ashley wants to get
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
You know what this kind of makes me think of? Have you played Outlast at all?
No.
Gosh, that's kind of what this is making me think of. It's like the most terrifying game I've ever played.
No,
Oh my
I
gosh.
have it. I just haven't got to it.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
All right,
Don't
It's
play
just
it
like
alone.
I don't know why, but this type of horror always reminds me of that original PlayStation Resident Evil. Just
That's
the
a good one.
first one.
Yeah.
The graphics were terrible.
You're
but it-
you're talking about the second Resident Evil game. The first one was on the PC.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay, then
yeah.
yes, I am talking about the second one. The first one I played as a child, which
Yeah.
I took to be the
I know,
first
right?
As a child.
Yeah.
as a child.
Yeah.
Probably younger than I should have
Yeah.
been.
Resident Evil 2 was pretty terrifying.
All right, so you see it at the end of the hallway. Take off.
Well, they're not coming near us.
No, they're
so-
probably just wanting the money for themselves.
So-
They're like,
Is it just
"Whatever, forget
one
them."
figure?
It was like one person like dragging something, but
a
he
blanket
didn't.
or something.
He wasn't sure if so the first person had already passed by.
Yeah, we need to go back up because we're out of light.
Mo,
Right.
he just curses and he's just like, oh, gosh. All right, fine, let's get out of here. This place stinks anyway. My shoes are full of crap. Let's get out of here. So you guys make your way out of the basement, and where are you headed next? The night is young. So are my targets. I mean, sorry, I didn't say that.
Isn't there a line that goes like? Never mind.
All right. So
Just down
you just came out of here. I assume you're leaving.
Yeah.
So you come out into the courtyard, and it is just rainy. And as you walk by the greenhouse, it's covered in vines. You're just like, this place is nuts. It's all locked up.
So yeah,
And as actually you get out there, you see him like panting in the rain, holding Vlad. And you're just
so,
like,
you guys having fun?
how do you
I will-
react to this? You just came out of a state of madness.
I will not be taking up botany. That.
Vlad's like, I always hated that class. Can someone please get this thing out of my leg?
Oh yeah. And now that we're at a safe distance, set him down and take a look. Is
So
it
the-
like on
so
the
the
calf
grass-
area?
Yeah, it's on like on a calf. So you see there's something stuck, like a needle type thing stuck in his leg, but it's like this long, and it comes to a point, obviously, where it goes into his leg, but it's about that thick. So it's got a.
Has it gone all the way through, or is it just?
Oh no,
came-
not through his leg. Just it's punctured into his.
Only has
skin.
one?
Yeah, just one.
Oh, that's good.
Pop it out.
All right, so you pull it out, and he's just like, I can't feel my leg, guys.
Give it a few minutes.
He's like, okay.
Rub some dirt in it.
He's like, all right, gosh. He's like, and he turns to you and Mo, and he's just like, guys, seriously, we need to talk to Lord Gobadina because that thing ate someone.
Yeah. It
It
did
ate
you see
Alan.
who it was? It was
Yeah,
Alan.
I saw Alan's face. I can't unsee that. That's gonna be my nightmares forever. He's dead.
he's
super
gone,
dead.
huh?
Yeah, Alan's dead. We need to tell.
It's a good thing I never really liked him too much.
It's like, we're gonna
Don't
make
look too
jokes,
thrilled.
man. He's dead. Like,
Yeah, someone
he's gone.
died.
This is supposed to be a fun
You're
party.
laughing.
Does your player, like your character, actually? Okay.
Yeah.
So he's kind of.
He probably doesn't believe like this
Yeah.
was like this big.
And Vlad
joke,
kind
like,
of
this
jokes
is really
around and
stupid.
makes
Yeah.
up stuff.
No. Then I'll. I mean, my
Try to roll
character would go up
persuasion,
and
I
grab
guess,
him
yeah.
and say, "Are you mad? Someone's dead. This isn't playing. This is real. We're like, no amount of money is worth this. We need to get out of here. Whoever is going, like, we're done. This isn't fun anymore."
Sounds like you guys are scared.
No. I value my life, and I want to live to pass tonight.
So Vlad goes over to like that wooden rapier that you guys were using to pummel each other with. I'm sorry, what you used to kill pretty much almost Lord Dinner. He uses that. He kind of like uses like a crutch.
Oh, didn't he have a cane?
He does have a cane, but he left the part that has the
cane.
sheath.
Oh, yeah.
So he's just holding a little short sword that's thin. It's kind of like a rapier. Almost short sword. It's kind of, I'll say rapier because it's thin. But he's, you see him just like, he's terrified. And he's just like, look guys, here's the thing. Our friends are all in here, and I'm sure it's just this room. You know, it's just the plant went nuts or something. I'm sure he doesn't even know about it, but we gotta go tell him about this because that thing's gonna kill someone else. It killed someone. He's in trouble. Like the town guard are gonna lock him up or something. Like we gotta do something about that. But we can't just.
Did he say where he was going to be?
No, I don't remember. Did he say anything to you guys? He just said have fun.
He said something about his room. Did he say he was going to be in?
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah,
I think that's where we should go.
And you look over, and his room is adjacent. So that's his room right there. It's top and bottom floor. So he's got a 2-story. You're right here, and so if you went into this door right here, you'd get to his room. So it's pretty close. So his quarters. It's not like one big room, just like a giant bed.
The wing. His wing.
Yeah,
of the house.
basically he's got one huge section of the house.
Yeah, and I definitely think we should go to his quarters and try and find him.
Okay, so you head over to that. Now, is anyone helping Vlad, or are you just letting him? Because I mean, he looks
If
like he's
he
doing
asks
okay.
for help, then I'll
He's not
help him.
asking. He's kind of like
Then he's
walking
fine.
with it. He's doing okay. But if you guys get into a run, he's not going to be catching
No.
up.
I go over to him and I go, look, Vlad, you're worked up. Why don't you have a little bit of this halfling leaf?
And let's see if he does. Yeah. He's like, you know what? I'm in a lot of pain. I don't think it will help, but it might make me forget something that I just saw. I might be coming to you for the rest of my life. And how strong is this, by the way? Is it like hallucinogen type, or is it just helps you? relax?
Honestly, it's like
It's your brand. I don't know. What
No. I know. So
Your brand.
it's like if marijuana got mixed with hemp, so it's like kind of like watered down.
Oh, okay. So he thinks he's getting pretty high.
Right,
But he doesn't
right.
know it's not working that great.
Right.
So he's taking long drags, and she's like, okay, that's great, but it's not doing much. But it's a placebo effect, I guess.
Right.
And it's he rolled 4, so he thinks it's working great. All right, so you make your way to the door.
It's
and
not like gonna make anybody see stuff.
So it's like cross, where it's like there's window, wood. It's just like the whole door is set up that way. It's a double door, but it's securely locked. Blinds drawn from within. The rain, by the way, might I mention, is coming down pretty heavy at this point. Like you guys, and it's
the wind.
by the
is?
way
Is that what you said?
the rain.
Oh, right.
Because think about it, in the autumn in the mountains, rain coming down on you, it's getting pretty chilly.
Now,
You guys need to get shelter soon.
you said there's windows. Is there a door there too?
Oh yeah, it's a door.
I'm gonna try and open it.
Okay, it is locked.
Does anyone know how to unlock this? If not, I'm gonna break it down.
Hey, Mo. Mo.
Mo isn't with you.
Yes.
Told you Mo was next.
Anybody see what happened to Mo?
Well, that's just like he came with you. He was with us,
Why would he go off on his own?
and then he comes running back, and he's just like he has an actual torch. He's just like forget our made up stuff. He just comes running back. He's like this is gonna help us a lot in the future. I'm sure those lights go out again. I'm not sitting in the dark, and everyone's just kind of like, okay, good.
Was he there when we were talking about Alan?
Yeah.
Okay.
He
just-
ran up right
yeah.
afterwards to grab something. So he comes out and he says,
Yeah.
he sees you're all trying to get in. And he's like, oh yeah, and he just like unfolds his little pocket
Lock
and just
pick.
starts messing with it. And before, well, let's be fair,
Before you know it, he does
he
it.
actually is having a hard time with this lock. But this is a lord's room, so it's not going to be like
And it's a
a
no
simple
lock.
lock. Yeah. He's having a hard time opening it. And he looks back at you just as the kind of like ashamed. He's like, yeah, I can't open it.
The rain's loud. You can't hear the pins.
Yeah,
Let's go try
that must-
another
that-
door.
That must be it.
I'll kick it.
Okay.
You're gonna kick
You're
it.
at this point, you're like a person died. Like a
Put
door.
it in.
9.
You slip. You're not like hurting yourself, but
Yeah.
just the grass and just the footing. You can't quite get it. Where you just kind of kick it and kind of bounce off a little bit.
He must have reinforced hinges.
I'll try. I can try one more time. If he's not locking it again.
Okay. I'm not telling you guys what that is. Keep going.
I don't think think you should use this dice. You should use this one.
Is that one bad?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one was a 12.
Okay.
Watch the next time he rolls on that.
You
will be a
hit it
20.
again. You feel like a light crack, but it's still having a hard time.
All right, Mo, give her another go.
Oh, do we need to go try another door?
It's coming down pretty hard right now, and his hands are like really cold. So he's gonna roll disadvantage on this one. He rolled a 2 and then a 19. So
Huh.
he's
Okay.
he's having a hard time with this, and he's just like, guys, we need to
Another
get
door,
inside.
then.
It's like you guys are soaking wet with like icy rain right now.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, realistically,
Yeah, I'm
you'd be
with you.
like,
We need to go in.
I'm not just trying to make you go somewhere. I'm just letting you know.
No, yeah, no.
You don't
If
need
you want to
explain
do
yourself.
this, you can
No, that I mean
keep
that.
beating this door
yeah.
down.
I mean, 2 kicks. I mean, we're talking maybe 30 seconds out there,
Mhm.
and I'm. Yeah.
You
let's go
already were
another way.
standing in it.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I'll go in, find another door in.
Yeah.
So you do remember, so from the parlor, so if you go back in there, this door's wide open.
Yeah.
So if you go back in the parlor through the conservatory, he told you about the library because that's where he went up the stairs. But you saw that there was a door to a hallway,
Okay.
and you assume that heads to his because it's the same setup on both sides.
Well, that's fine. Let's go back that way.
So you start heading in that direction. All right, back to you.
Okay, so there's weird noises coming from the drain.
Yes, there
They
are.
sound like gurgling noises.
Yeah, like suction, like air being pulled downward. Like it's kind of unclogged a little bit.
Okay, so it's okay. Well, we take I take out some of the stuff out of one box. You're scaring me. Oh my gosh, she has her
it
best
was
friend.
dark. I thought it was a die.
Phew.
She's trying to eat the dice, by the way. All right.
We've had 2 attempts. I think we would learn. So I take some stuff out of one of the boxes and tell Jennifer to pick up the other end, and we
You
carry
head
it.
down the hallway. Okay,
Yeah.
I need you to roll a strength check. And she's going to as well. Ooh. She rolled a 7.
What do I
Minus
what
2.
do I add?
What was it? A strength?
Strength.
This?
Saving throw?
Yep.
Not saving
No,
throw.
just-
check.
Just a check. Just a general
Just that
athletics. Sorry, I should be more specific.
Athletics.
That's athletics plus 1.
I think it was 12, so 13.
So she rolled a 7 minus 2.
Ooh.
You're doing most of the
I thought
work,
she
and
was a
it's taking a
cheerleader.
while. She was one of the thrown, not one of the lifters. She's small, and she's like pushing while you're pulling. Like you're pulling upwards, and she's just kind of like slipping and like she's having a hard time. Let's
Oh
be
yeah,
fair.
because we're going up.
And you're going slight. It's not like a drastic incline, but it's up and it's slippery, so
Yeah.
you're having a hard time. As you keep going, the suction's getting louder until it stops. And then you hear some noises coming from that room as you're pushing up
What
the.
do the noises sound like?
Let me best describe it as like talking, but like someone would talk to themselves when they're busy doing something.
I douse the lights,
Okay.
and I say, just come back over here.
Okay. Roll a stealth check. Ooh, natural 20. This is a group roll, so you have to
What
like.
did she do? Natural 20?
She rolled a natural 20.
Okay, because I did 17.
Ooh, yeah, you guys, luckily, you're quiet enough that nothing knows you're there, even if there was something in there. But you clearly hear someone talking to himself, and it's a male voice.
Did we recognize the voice?
Kind of humming a tune to itself.
Do I recognize the tune?
No, you wouldn't recognize this tune.
So it wasn't like what we heard up in the ballroom, or okay.
Oh, my darling.
No, this is a very, like, ominous, like, humming.
Do 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 do, or like Henry. Do 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 do.
Yeah, he-
Except that's a good thing because
Yeah.
Darth Vader's the hero in that story.
Uh-huh.
yeah, to him. Okay.
That's the son we're
Hey, you
raising.
know what? I have some very strong feelings about that. He brought balance to the Force. He destroyed the Emperor.
We've talked about this
Yeah.
too.
You did the right
Yes.
thing. Jedi were corrupt. All right, let's get on with it. You hear chains and then a loud.
Did we
cranking
see
sound?
chains there? Okay.
So you hear chains, a loud cranking sound, and then it stops. And then you hear like a suction sound again, and then quiet.
We should go in there and check.
And
Let's see what
Jendra's
that
like, it was a lot of sounds. I mean, someone's down here. That doesn't sound like just some house moving noises. She's whispering, by the way, though. I'm
Yeah.
talking louder so you can hear me.
Let's just keep moving this box. I mean,
Okay.
We're gonna probably have to go back and get another one anyway. So.
All right, so you make it to the top. I need you to roll one more athletics check. Oh, she musters up some strength. She's rolling pretty
15.
low. All right, she rolled a 13, but minus 2. Still, you make it up there with the box.
Okay.
It's not quite enough.
But what if like she stood on my shoulders or I stood on her shoulders?
You can try.
How tall is she?
She's not tall. She's like almost 5 foot.
So we're about
Like
the
I said,
same.
she was the one that was
Okay,
down.
10 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, go ahead and try.
So
So you're gonna need to roll athletics. She's gonna have to roll like an acrobatics because she's like.
Oh,
climbing
so
on top
she's
of
gonna
you.
climb on top
She's
of
gonna
mine?
try to like jump up to it.
Okay. All right. What am I doing?
Athletics. You're lifting her up.
Oh, 17 plus 1, so 18.
Okay.
Woo-woo.
So
I'm
you-
summoning that
you
Goliath
lift her up,
strength.
and so you're like lifting her up, like pushing her feet.
Mhm.
Okay. So she's able to reach it, and let's see how she does. Come on, go. Ooh. All right. So she's grabbing onto it, but it's just she's having trouble getting onto it. I'm gonna allow you one more strength check and one more. To see if she can get out. Are you able to
Oh,
hold
it was
on to her?
almost 20. A strength check or athletic?
Athletics. Sorry, same.
15.
All right, she rolls a 15 as well, minus 2, but she's able to grab onto the bottom rung.
Oh, good.
So she pulls herself up to it, and she starts climbing up a little bit. You hear a sound behind you.
I'm gonna jump for the rung.
I'm going to need you
Just gonna jump.
to roll an acrobatics. And it better be one heck of an acrobatics.
Okay, Mina.
Mind you, she is hanging down a little bit, so you might grab onto her legs.
Come on. We can do
lot,
this, right?
A lot riding on some things here.
Natural 20!
Wow.
And I risked waking up my toddler because I was so excited.
You jump up and you manage to not grab her and grab the side of it just as something grabs your back, and you just barely make it out with your strength pulling up. You see below you a man with a mask on, and as soon as you see him, he runs off
Down
on
the
all
other,
fours.
the other way.
It was definitely a human. Runs on all fours away from you.
Was there was the butler wearing a mask?
Do you know how close you came to death?
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to be fair. She got out of that fair and square. You both start booking it to the top of that, and you get to the top and you close the latch and put a barrel on it. And she's panting, you're panting.
And I say, did you see that?
On your clothes, there's blood on your
on my back.
on your clothes. So
Oh, like-
he had blood on him.
Who's
And you're
blood
sure that it was a
praise
guy?
It was
What
definitely a guy
did
who
I
was
see?
shirtless.
Did I see the mask? What did the mask look like?
It was a coyote mask.
Oh, remember how we saw those?
All right, back to you guys. So, gosh, you. I'm not pulling any punches, guys.
Let's get going.
No, I want that in there. I want everyone to know that she was close.
I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, you can't fake that. All right. So you make your way through the parlor, through the conservatory. It's warming up a little bit because everything's lit and has fireplaces. You're tempted to just stop and just like sit by a fireplace. You're all dealing with some pretty intense cold, but you know, in the crack of the lightning now, it's a full-on storm. Some of the windows are like threatening to burst. I mean, open. It's getting pretty intense out there. As you make it to the hallway, you see it's not lit like the other rooms, but immediately Mo lights up a torch. He's just like, nope, I'm not dealing with that anymore. And he lights up a torch just because he wants to see. He doesn't really care what the Lord thinks at this point. So he starts walking down the hallway. What's walking order?
You said Mo's in the front.
Yeah, Vlad's trailing behind, but do you want him in the back? I'm just asking. It's like where would you guys be?
I would recommend me towards the front, then Vlad,
If
then.
we had the light in the back, that'd probably be best.
Okay. So
Then I'll lead the front. I'll bring up the front then.
okay. All right. So you start walking down the
I feel like
hallway.
so Mo can get picked up.
Well, if the light moves, we'll see it.
That's true. Good point. All right. So Mo is walking from behind.
And I've got these nifty little
Yeah,
glasses.
sure. You can
That's
go
true.
through.
Ah.
Vlad is just kind of like
That's
he's
using
trying
their
not to.
noggins?
He's trying not to complain, but he's grunting a little bit. He's just like, ouch. It's just like, I don't know what that plant was. Man, that smarts. And he's making his way down the hall. He's like, but I mean, if I'm lucky, I don't have as much blood as everyone else does. Otherwise, this would be, a lot more painful. It's just like, trying to blow it off. You make it to the door.
If you want,
I
if
want
you
you
want,
guys
we
roll
can
perception.
find someone to cast a harm spell on you to heal you. I mean, since you are undead, right?
All right, so I need everyone to roll perception on the hallway as you're walking down.
21.
Fumble. I see nothing.
Get it away.
Are you not gonna roll?
I'm not
Oh,
there.
you're not there. Doy.
All right, so the hallway is actually glass on either side, so you can see out.
Man, this
towards the
floor.
mountains.
That-
So it's like a sky bridge.
Those are
Yeah, it's
rocks.
kind of like a sky bridge.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
you can actually see.
This is a second story hallway.
Yeah.
There's nothing underneath it.
Yeah. So you are, you're walking down the hallway, and did you? Oh, by the way, did you go upstairs to go to his room, or did you just stay on the floor you're on? Because there's two ways to his room: the upper story or the bottom.
I have no
it
idea.
matters.
I don't know. Did we go up or did we go
I
down?
don't know. Let me
You
see.
gonna roll up, flip a coin?
Yep. Oh, I'll get that in a second.
Yeah, pick up all of your dice that you roll.
She'll eat.
We would have gone up.
Okay. So you think going up would probably be better because that's probably where his rooms are based off of most manors, is they want the view. So you think if he's going to be anywhere, he's going to be in his bedroom. It is getting rather late, and it's he's an older man. So you make your way upstairs through the library, and then you reach the hallway upstairs. And now you rolled 21 on your perception on like the room. So you see, the mountains. Just like every flash, you just see like the pouring rain, and you just see everything just billowing out there. The trees are having a hard time. It's a pretty intense storm. Nothing terrible. You're pretty used to storms in this area. It's green. It just happens. But now that there's a dead body involved and other stuff, it makes you a little bit more uncomfortable. But as you're walking, you, with your 21, see something running on all fours through the woods.
Okay.
Even with your amazing perception, you're not quite sure if it was some weird animal, some beast, something like hunting in the area, scared by lightning, could have been a dog.
Okay.
Not 100% sure, but you definitely saw something running towards the woods.
Towards the woods.
Anyway,
Okay.
you go and knock on the door first, out of courtesy, and no answer. And it is locked, if you're wondering. Whoosh, plopped her head around. Thunk.
All right, Mo, try and give it another shot.
Mo goes up to it.
Hold up
snaps
your
his hands
fingers.
to warm up, and he goes to do it, and sure enough, you hear a nice, satisfying click as he is able to turn the doorknob. He opens the door.
This is the master
Lord's
suite.
room, yes.
Oh.
So as you open the door, you're met with the smell of decay.
Who's that?
George Decay. He's really good in like a.
Oh,
Anyway,
my.
so-
That's what I was just thinking. Yeah.
That's what I was going for.
Oh my.
All right, no, you're met with like a really strong scent of like death. the Lord's room is not lit up. There's a small like coal fire like over in his fireplace.
Is it running?
It's running, but it's just like barely lit. Like he had probably had it going when he left this room, and then when he came back, either if he came back to the room, it just hasn't been rekindled. But there's a small ember glow. That's pretty much the only light that's in the room.
What
Besides
do
the
I see
slight
with my
flashes.
glasses?
This room doesn't look like the rest of the house. From the little slats in the windows, this one was open, and it looked like really ornate in there. When you opened the door, it was not. It was not ornate. It was an illusion. The room that you walk into, the floor looks like it's decrepit and old, like threatening to break under your foot. It's
With
like it's
that-
never
with
been
this-
done.
What are your feelings on disbelieving on the rest of the castle?
Are you asking Mo or Vlad?
No, I'm asking you, the GM.
I can't tell you.
Well, I would like to disbelieve.
Yeah, you can disbelieve all you want. Roll some perceptions, investigations, do what you want to do.
I want to disbelieve.
I'll roll a perception. That's a high perception. 15? But probably not high enough.
Yeah, so based off of what you're thinking of, like, understanding what you've seen,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't seem logical, but at this point, from what you saw from the dead body, at this point, who knows?
It doesn't seem like the rest of the cash flow is an illusion.
It could be. It could be that you broke something when you came in the room. Or it could be when you use those glasses. It could have been any number of combinations, but whatever it was, when you entered that room, you see something different than everyone else.
Oh, I see. Oh, it's different. What? And I see.
Like
It's
the floor was like
decrepit.
all like beautiful as you walked, like just
Oh.
nice and ornate and polished. Everything looked gorgeous. The windows are all cracked in this room. It looks like it's never, ever, ever been repaired.
And if I take off the glasses, is it too dark to see?
It's too dark to see, but it looks nice.
Looking back in the hallway with the glasses?
Same thing. You
Decrepit.
Notice that it's decrepit. So as soon as you put on the
Really?
glasses, you notice something different about the house. Makes you wonder about the food you ate.
Yeah, I'm not super sure
Have
on
you
how
told
to
anyone this?
No, not yet. I'm
It's kind of
waiting
hard
a
to break
little
that.
bit more.
You're wondering if the glasses are lying or your eyes?
Yeah, I'm not well, and I'm not quite sure how I would bring this up.
So just maybe let it.
So I'm
Simmer.
gonna give it a second. Well, with the glasses, I mean that's also I have dark vision as well, right? With the decay, is that you said it smelled like death? Do I see a body just in that vision as I walk in the room?
No, you don't see any body when you walk in the room.
Okay.
But you just walked into the room though. It's
Okay.
quite a large bedroom and it has corners. So.
Uh,
Right, so what are you doing as you're walking in here? You don't notice that. You just see a
Right.
Lord's bedroom
Right.
in the dark. Kind of lit up.
and
But I do smell it.
and probably
You kind
Lupin.
of have a little bit of a hint of a smell of something.
I mean, you would see Lupin standing there, just kind of aghast, like looking around, taking the glasses off, putting them on, looking confused, but not quite sure why.